YouTube is lit. I gotta hurry up. I gotta finish up this haircut. I got some special guests coming to Florida. We finna turn up. I'm trying. Hey, I'm trying to make a YouTube video. Yeah, I need a haircut, bro. I'm probably gonna do a 6 open against the grain, back taper, side taper, line up, enhancement, and y'all gonna see the end of the video. YouTube, what's happening? It's your boy Gifted Barber. We back up in the building, man. Y'all check me out, look. So real quick, we just gonna do a back taper, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna show you guys step-by-step tutorial, and this tutorial is gonna be the one. I was gonna do a 6 open against the whole pattern, but I'm like, that might be too low. So I prepped my taper area with a 6 open against the grain, so I won't have to go so high when I'm fading. With the entire pattern, I'm gonna go back with a 4 open, as you see here, just to try to get that nice laid, fresh haircut look. So this tutorial is really gonna be for my wavers and my self cutters. You know, we always go on long woofs, but just because we woofing doesn't mean we can't maintain the haircut or maintain your taper or line up. Some people don't want to go to the barbershop and just get, let me get a line up, or let me just get a taper and have to pay $30, $35 just for a haircut. So hopefully this video is the one you can come back to and watch. Let's get straight into it. As y'all seen, I prepped the haircut, I trimmed down a little bit, so now it's time for the actual back taper. So started off, I went with a lower guard, let's say a 2 with the grain, just below my do-rag line, just to try to prep the fade. I don't want to make the fade hard, I want to make it easier for me. I went with a 2 with the grain, and then I went with a 2 against the grain. So again, I didn't start the fade, or I'm not fading yet. No, I'm just prepping the fade so it can be easier when I get to these steps. Alright, so here I combed my hair back down and realized I needed to take off a little more bulk, so I went with a 3 guard open, scooping out, barely touching that last wave. So now I'm gonna go in with my second guideline. We're gonna do a no guard open, I say about ½ inch. You're gonna have 3 guidelines in this video. One, which is your ball guideline. The second one, which is this guideline, no guard open, ½ inch. And we got our next guideline, which is a 1 guard open, ½ inch. All right, so here I'm finishing up my second guideline. I set it at least a ½ inch to 1 inch, just to give me room to fade. So now I'm gonna go in with my lever all the way closed, only using the corner of the blade, and I'm just gonna tap at that bottom line without going too high, without even going halfway. Now after I see the line is disappearing a little bit, now I'm gonna switch the lever to halfway. Now we're gonna flick out the middle of that guideline. On the left side of this taper, I went open, medium, close, and got the same results. So now I'm gonna throw on my 1 guard, and I'm gonna make my 3rd guideline, my 3rd and final guideline. Same width, about ½ inch to 1 inch. I like to do a whole inch guideline just to make sure my blend looks nice and blurry, looks like a nice spreaded blend. So we're gonna make sure it's nice and even all around. We want it exactly like the second guideline. We want those 2 guidelines to look identical. Alright, so here is a little tricky, but it's almost the same aspect. You're just gonna soften that bottom line, just how we did the second guideline. You're just gonna soften up this line. I'm not going all the way up to the 1 open guideline. I'm going halfway. I'm making sure I remember not to go all the way up. So as you see, I'm just hitting that bottom line and flicking out. So now that we got both our guidelines, that one guard closed is not gonna take out that line. So you will need a half guard if you want a complete fade. So here I'm gonna throw my half guard, same thing, halfway, and we're gonna try to knock out that bottom line. If you end up going too high with that half guard, just open the lever and smoothen it out. So here I went and closed the half guard all the way closed, and now I'm only going to use 1 or 2 teeth and just flick at that bottom. It might not take it out, but I got another half guard, which is the wall half guard, that'll definitely take that line out. So as you see, the line is still there, so I'm going to bring this half guard out, and we're just going to start attacking and detailing this line. So as y'all see, the fade is damn near done. All we got to do is debulk a little bit, maybe detail just a little more. But as y'all see, I'm making it slow motion so y'all can see. I'm really just tapping and letting go of the clipper. I'm not moving up, I'm not raising it. You don't have to put so much pressure on your head to try to take a line out. Alright, so here I feel like I raised the fade a little bit. So I'm just going to make sure everything is a nice smooth transition. I'm going to pop the lever open and just make sure everything doesn't have a guideline in it. Alright, so here's one of the important parts of this video. Guys, when you finish your fade, just remember, prepping the fade only makes your life easier. That doesn't mean you don't have to debulk or detail the haircut. Sometimes you got a line or you got a lot of hair above that fade. I would say go with the grain and try to get it as flat as possible. After you go with the grain, then start off with a higher guard. Go 3 against the grain, but don't dig into your hair. Try not to dig into your hair. As you see here, I'm going under the line and I'm just scooping out. Under, scoop, under. I'm literally pulling straight towards me. It's not even a scoop. What I'm trying to do here is just get that hair flat. So I brush, comb, and then scoop it out. Brush, comb, scoop it out. So that was a 3 guard. So as you see here, we're gonna go with something a little lower. A 1.5 guard is definitely a great, it's almost like your half guard. It's just gonna smoothen out the fade. This is a true 1.5 guard, not a 1 open. This is a 1.5 guard. So if you did make a line with your 2 guard, you can come back with the actual 1.5 guard open, and it'll be a little less than a 2 guard, but that'll knock out the 2 guard guideline. If you're having trouble taking out guidelines, just figure out what length that guideline is at and go a little lower so that you can scoop out that line. Alright, so right here, as you see, I thought I was done until I seen the little guideline. So what I'm gonna do is I just used the 2 guard. The 2 guard didn't take it out, so I put on the 1.5, open, started scooping out, barely trying to get under the line and scoop out. If it's not coming out, I'm gonna close the lever halfway and try to attack it that way. So as you guys see here, man, I feel like the fade is done. It looks good. We're gonna go on and start lining this bad boy up.
God got a plan for me. I know God got a plan for me.
So as you guys see, I'm just lining up the back vertical bars. As I was editing this video, man, the video was gonna be so long, I couldn't really squeeze in the side taper and the lineups. So with that being said, there's gonna be a part 2 dropping next weekend. Y'all make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. It's the little bell right next to the subscribe button, so that when I do drop a video, you will get those alerts. Yeah, man, I hope to see y'all in the part 2. This is how the finishing of the haircut came out. Of course, I couldn't do the step-by-step or show y'all in this video, but in part 2, I definitely have it recorded. So don't meet me there, beat me there, baby. Let's go. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Till next video, it's your boy GB Wolf. We up out of here.